Hello again. Peter Alsop here with this week's Songs to Chew. I had planned to play a different song this week, but it looks like the U.S. Supreme Court seems to be rolling over for the people in this country who don't realize that when there's an embryo developing inside a woman's body, that it's her choice and nobody else's to decide if she wants to give birth to that embryo or not. These are the same people who sit righteously in their churches mouthing platitudes like love thy neighbor and do unto others as you would have them do unto you, while they vote against a minimum wage increase of $15 an hour, funding school lunch programs, and any single-payer health care for all bills, all of which make it more possible for impoverished parents to take better care of the children in their families. So today, we'll listen to a couple of songs. First, a song from my Draw the Line album that I wrote for a march through the streets of Milwaukee, Wisconsin back in 1979 as part of a conference on men and masculinity. It's the earliest version of my Body's Nobody's Body But Mine song. We'll follow that with an anthem by Holly Near from her And Still We Sing album. So let's start off with My Body from Draw the Line.
My body's nobody's body but mine. You run your own body, let me run mine.
My heart was made to be filled up with love, not to be ordered or broken or shoved.
My hands were made to hold other hands, not to hold guns in faraway lands.
My body's nobody's body but mine. You run your own body, let me run mine.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
My genes were made to pass on human traits, not to be fried with your atomic waste.
My womb was made to make kids when I please, not to obey man-made laws and decrees.
My body's nobody's body but mine. You run your own body, let me run mine. One body, one voice is heard. We each sing for freedom when we sing these words. My body's nobody's body but mine. You run your own body, let me run mine.
The singers on this version, in order, are dear Helen Hudson, Gary White, myself, and the calm and wonderful Kate Wolf. Larry McNeely played banjo, Peter Spellman played bass, with Tim Boatman on drums and my buddy Michelle Browerman on piano. I was in charge of the guitar and kazoo department. I wrote this song as a strong statement about everyone's right to be in charge of his or her own physical body. We sang it together on our march through the streets of Milwaukee, and since then, it's been sung at thousands of rallies and in classrooms and auditoriums, and it's included in the Rise Up Singing sing-along songbook. It knocked around for a couple of years and was picked up by a brilliant playwright and producer-director from Canada, Dennis Foon. He heard this song and thought it would be great to use in a child abuse prevention program. Together with the Green Thumb Children's Theatre in British Columbia, they put together a few new verses and used it in an educational piece that's helped kids learn to just say no and protect themselves from abduction and sexual abuse. That program, and others like it, have taken this song all over the world. England, Africa, Mexico, India, just to name a few. And it's recently been used in a terrific YouTube video produced by First for Women called My Body Stand Up. It's sung by a crew of famous South African singers, Lyra Goodluck, Gigi Lemaine, and Marie Chan, to raise money for domestic violence programs in that country. Look for it on YouTube as My Body Stand Up. I also want to play another song for you today. Holly Near is one of my favorite performers and songwriters. She's so crystal clear with her political songs and insights into our human behavior. If you're not familiar with her work, please do yourself a favor and find and listen to any of her albums or songs. She graciously gave me permission to include her song Singing for Our Lives on my radio theater-style album, Ebenezer's Makeover. She's included on the album with a number of other feminist men and women songwriters and performers, Jeff Morgan, Charlie Murphy, Amy Fix, Ron Romanofsky and Paul Phillips, Joe Janks, Tom Hunter, and many others. She originally recorded this album on her And Still We Sing album. So let's listen to Holly Near singing her song, Singing for Our Lives.
We are gentle and brave people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are gentle and brave people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a land of many colors. We are a land of many colors, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a land of many colors, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are gay and straight together. We are gay and straight together, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are gay and straight together, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a peaceful, loving people. We are a peaceful, loving people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. We are a peaceful, loving people, and we are singing, singing for our lives. Come on, with lots of harmony.
I talked to Holly today. We spoke about how when she writes an anthem like this, it's meant for the people singing it to make up and add their own verses to fit whatever cause they're gathering to support, whether it's social justice or ending wars or giving women the right to choose what goes on in their own bodies. I would add my own little verse here. We men support a woman's right to choose, and we are singing, singing for our wives and daughters. We all support a woman's right to choose. We are all singing for all women's lives. I don't think the decision to have an abortion is ever taken lightly by a woman. It's certainly not something that should ever be legislated by anyone. It's a choice for the pregnant woman herself to decide. And it's never a simple binary decision of one way or the other. It's complex and personal, and finally up to one person only, the pregnant mother. So that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. I'm Peter Alsop. I'll see you again next week with another song to chew. As Joe Hill said, don't mourn, organize. And as I say, don't forget to keep singing too. Bye for now.